You just let me know, pumpkin.
I'm
good.
Calabasa.
Okay. Hello. My name is Susan Snyder, and I do stuff like write fiction and poetry and shark movie reviews and whatnot. And I usually do something funny, and I'm not doing something funny. I'm actually going to do something so this is my follow-up to Broken Nails. This is brand new poetry chapbook, just saw it for the first time this weekend. So I'm a Texas woman. So being a Texas woman can be a little difficult, especially lately. So I'm angry. There's just anger. There is a really funny one though. That's like, it's called Alice in Plunderland. Like that one, comic relief. But I'm gonna read one that's not funny. It's called The Open Cage Door. And if anybody thinks it's funny, that's fine. Safe space, you do you. Okay. I stared at the open cage door until my eyes watered from lack of blinking, just as I'd done for these years with my lone flickering candle that danced like a barhound drunk from the breeze he made walking into this basement, keys jangling from his denim belt loop, a belled cat, a treetop crow's warning when he was even wearing pants. I stared at that open cage door, feeling like an abscess festered in a neglected mouth, unattended, unclean, until every word and breath emanating was putrid, rancid stench. Now the jaw hung wide in an expression of shock made from steel and rust. Still, I stared at that open cage door, cheeks moistened with my eyes' effort, the unholiest of meditations, focused mind clasped onto that void, beyond, beckoning, dark for a few feet in front, then another unknown, uncharted door. As I stared at the open cage door, my eyelids snapped shut in abrupt protest, refusing to succumb, refusing and rejecting a response, leaving my bare, scarred bundle of flesh, immobile and incapable, forced to endure my own mind, my own fucking mind. Yet I stared at the open cage door, gazing at its gaping maw like a photographic negative. Dark was light, day was night. Image passed over and through the back of my eyelids like a violent storm's movement by a window, a tempest of what might, could, would be, if I stopped all this staring and took a step out. I compelled my internal stare to the open cage door, for I saw beyond it, just beyond it, lay the body of my captor, keys dangling from his denim belt loop that would open that door with light from light beyond its glowing feet. And still, I sit inside the open cage door, unmoving, unwilling. What would await me behind it? What if I was to, dared to? The tormentor had fallen dead. His body will begin to rot. His stomach will distend, even more than it was in life, more than when he'd be on top and inside me. I could stay and watch him decay, savor his smell of decomposition. Why miss out on such bliss? Now turning from the open cage door, I watch my own hands pass along over my nude form, bumpy and bruised, scabbed and torn, for years penetrated by what's now just a cadaver with keys, just a speed bump in the road to that door with the aura of freedom, seeping and trickling underneath, illuminating ever so slightly the bucket of my own feces, piss and monthly blood, made to come daily from the force of his blade or his dick. Can I even walk through that open cage door? My legs weren't trusting, they spayed open for its thrusting. Now I'm unsure that they would get me into that teasing light awaiting behind the door, and if they should, could, would. Would I be able to endure the stares of men, the omnipresent threats, the empty fleeting promises that will lie in shattered slivers, never all swept, so that someday I'll slice my feet unexpectedly, gushing blood on the linoleum or shag from a shard that I pretended to forget? So I crawl through the open cage door, reigniting the flames of raw knees, nearly slipping from the sweat of my palms, approaching that fleshy bag of refuse. Gingerly at first, then violently ripping the keys from his denim belt loop, hurling myself back into the cage like a mouse recoiling from a snake. I regroup, recover. I explore the keys in my hands, cuticles pink and chewed. The key to the gateway to the outside world, sparkles from the door's dim light, glowing in the shadow of the past year's secrets. Back through the open cage door, on all fours with keys and swollen lips locked into place by splintered teeth, I paused by him once more to take his shirt from him, to cover myself. For many others that might find me on the other side of that door, that horrifying door, the monster lies shirtless on a sea of concrete. So I slipped the keys from my cracked lips, placed them carefully, consciously aside, and used my broken teeth like a staple remover to pulling his nipple taut, shaking my head like a frenzied shark, until it releases from him, his breast snapping back in a spray of tissues, just as he'd done with me. But I was alive and feeling it, and this prick didn't feel a thing. Now away from the open cage door, wearing his shirt stained with his own fluid, I spit the nipple onto the concrete, and it splats with a sound not unlike my shit hitting that bucket. He'd forced me to consume its contents, only to have it create more to consume. But that cycle was over now. The hamster wheel of suffering ceased. What cycles lie beyond that door, I wonder? What buckets of shit, stares of men, omnipresent threats? Perhaps I should stay here to slowly fade with the corpse of the devil I know, to feast not on shit but on the foul flesh of evil. So I crawl back through the open cage door, my chin dewed with droplets, slowly chewing the retrieved nipple from the sea of concrete, lit by the foam of light seeping under a door I choose not to walk through. Here I have sustenance, a final consolation prize for years of pain and madness. I'll devour his sinew and marrow, even his dead flaccid dick, on which I'll taste myself. But then maybe, just maybe, I'll choose the door and beyond. Or maybe I'll use the keys to rip my neck open. Either way, I'll need my strength. Strength for stares of men, omnipresent threats, or strength for suicide. Time will tell. As I sit back down in the cage with the open door.